Hi, I'm Austin from R7C Media. Welcome to this week's Ask Austin. Today I'm going to be talking to Jen from Perfect Penny Marketing. Hi Jen, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm excellent, thank you. So Jen, you're the owner of Perfect Penny Marketing. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, I set up Perfect Penny Marketing about 4 years ago. I used to work for Business Gateway and I'd identified a gap in the market for affordable marketing support for small to medium-sized businesses, and Perfect Penny Marketing was born.
Excellent. So where does the name come from?
The name is actually after my mum. Funnily enough, her name's Penny.
Okay.
When I was putting together her 60th birthday scrapbook, I was looking for all of the coins from 1954, the year she was born, and I couldn't find the penny. So I'd done a bit of research online and I realised that there was no pennies made in 1954 because there was too many in circulation at that time.
Right.
So my mum was the perfect penny for 1954. No other pennies were made in that year apart from her. She was a single parent who raised the four of us on her own. She had pretty hard going with the four of us, to be fair, and this is kind of my dedication to her, to name my business after her.
What a brilliant story. That's a great story. So obviously you're in marketing. Do you want to tell us about all the different services that you provide?
Yeah, it's quite a varied services, to be honest, but mainly sort of content for social media, websites, blogs, press releases, that kind of thing. I can provide support on a regular monthly basis for business owners if they're looking for a sounding board or they just want to have someone to be able to talk to in regards to the marketing that they're doing for their current business. I also do strategies and plans. It's kind of my main thing. I really enjoy doing plans and re-evaluating what's happening with the business, what they've done before, what they can do in the future to help achieve their goals and objectives. So yeah, pretty big mix, to be honest, but yeah.
So we've been talking over the last couple of weeks. I've set up a Facebook page called Scottish Business Collective. Obviously, I've set up something similar on the wedding side called the Scottish Wedding Collective, obviously, where I basically got a load of suppliers, one of each kind of supplier, together to try and help each other, especially when we come out the other side of this, because I think it's great to see businesses working together and recommending each other. So the idea was to try and get a bit of that going, and I'm replicating that on the business side. So you've kindly decided to join us, along with Alan from Nettle of Stirling, and I believe you've got a bit of a collaboration going on with Nettle at the moment.
We do. We work from the same office. I rent a space in his office, and we're kind of having a chat back and forward over Zoom to see what kind of service we can provide to help businesses at the moment. And we came up with the Survive and Thrive package. It's mainly for businesses who have products, but they don't have an online presence at the moment. So it's a 10-step package that basically gets them online with an e-commerce website. The marketing's included in that for the month afterwards as well. So it's quite an intense package that we're providing. And we're also providing the fact that businesses could spread the payments over 5 months as well, because obviously cash flow is a bit of a problem at the moment.
That's great. That sounds like a really good idea, and it's brilliant to see businesses working together. And as I mentioned earlier, that's a bit of what we're trying to do as well. So that's excellent. So how have you been helping your clients during lockdown? I guess we were speaking beforehand about the fact that this is a perfect time to up your marketing. You've got a bit of time in your hands. You're obviously not going to be as busy with maybe the product side of things. So, you could be planning your marketing. So what have you been doing to help customers at the moment?
Well, mainly, I think a lot of it is going online, being more digital. So obviously a lot of the businesses that I'm working with are still able to provide the products that they want to get out to clients, and they're still working within the regulations of the government, but they haven't had an e-commerce, or they haven't really focused on the digital selling side of things. So kind of working with the businesses in regards to their processes and procedures and different types of products that will suit the current climate. So changing the marketing, obviously the wording and things need to be changed because it is a sensitive time. Everybody's feeling a bit uneasy, obviously, with the current situation. But also just helping them to communicate with their customers. So even if they're not trading at the moment, there's one client that I'm making sure that we're still posting on the Facebook page, we're still interacting with the customers, because I think it's important to keep that relationship up for hopefully when we get out to the other end.
Yeah, and also forward. You don't want the customers thinking they've disappeared as well.
Exactly.
Especially if it's something that's an ongoing service. No, that's good. So in terms of, what advice would you give to any businesses around marketing at the moment? What's the sort of key things they should be looking to do in terms of marketing and social media, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's really, as I said, important to stay in contact with your customers, whether that's by social media or email or telephone calls, even if you want to go old school and kind of give them a call and just see how things are. Some businesses that won't apply to, obviously, but continue to be active on digital platforms as well, or your social media. Just adapt to suit because the customer is going to have different needs and wants at the moment, just because of the current situation. So adapt your services or products to meet that demand. Is really, really important as well, because they will remember that after they come out the other end of this, what businesses were there supplying what they needed at the time. And it's a really good time to sort of reevaluate where you are, look at your plan, your strategy, all your marketing efforts that you've done so far, and kind of evaluating it. Is it working? Is it not working? Maybe it's time to kind of tweak things a little bit. So take that time to be able to do that.
Yeah, I've certainly seen a lot of that. A lot of companies maybe rebranding or updating their website, making it a bit different. And in terms of sort of, we talked about social media there. Obviously, people are really busy, and it's quite hard to get time to do that. And I was saying to you earlier that when this kicked off, I decided to try and get my social media under control, and almost planned out a month's worth of posts to automatically post on certain days. So I guess the thing is about being consistent. You hear people in social media world talking about that, try and post things 2 or 3, 4 times a week. I was speaking to a guy the other day, and he was saying he maybe posts once a week, and I was saying, well, you probably want to post more than that, because people start expecting to see things. What sort of advice would you give around that?
Yeah, I think, as you say, making sure that you're posting on a regular basis. On a Thursday, I have a Thursday marketing tip. So potentially my followers are waiting for that every week. What's the next marketing tip, sort of thing? Or if you're on a Monday, you always share a video about the new product you have or something. Then customers and followers will get used to seeing these uncertain times. I also have a Facebook group as well, and every day I've got various different things that go on. So people will start to expect that, and if they've got something in particular to share on that subject, then they'll be looking for that coming up in the next week. So yeah, being consistent, making sure that you're responding to messages and comments and things like that as well. Engaging. The engagement is the key part.
Yeah. Something when I'm speaking to clients, obviously it's video creation that I do, and I'm obviously telling them about the benefits of using video, but you feel that sometimes they might think it's just a sales tactic. Do you have a view on that the fact that video is more powerful than photos will ever be in terms of getting your message 100%. Across?
Yeah, 100%. Videos will always be better, especially on social media. From a personal perspective, I really don't like being on video. I hate watching myself back on video. So to see this will be probably pretty dreading for me. But I think a lot of people are in my situation. I'm trying to overcome that by doing things like this and doing my marketing tip on video and things like that. So it's definitely better having a video engagement statistics go up if you've got video that people can engage with and share.
Yeah.
So if you can get in front of the video, in front of the camera, and record some things for your page.
Yeah, it is really hard. I mean, we spoke when we first connected about the fact that, you know, I hate being in front of the camera. And that was one of the reasons behind doing this, was to help kind of get me more confident about doing it. And the more you do it, the better you get. I think this is my 10th vlog, you know, and I hope that I'm getting better at doing it. But it does take time. And the other thing as well is we're talking about video being really powerful, live video especially, like Facebook Live, Instagram, YouTube, you know. If you do a live video, your viewings will go through the roof. So that's something that I need to start maybe looking at doing a bit more. But again, it's just getting the confidence to do it.
I know, me too. And I was even thinking about maybe doing the live video in my group first, which at the moment is just under 100 people. So that's quite a bit more confidence for me, rather than maybe on a public page that you don't know how many people. So maybe doing it in steps where you can get a bit more confident of doing it. But
absolutely. And the more you do it, you watch it back and say, right, you know, I'm saying my name too many times or whatever. Something I do, and when it's funny because when I'm editing, I notice it, but I still do it.
I know.
So there you go. So what's the best piece of business advice you've ever been given?
I think, especially my early days, maybe when I kind of graduated uni and I had a social enterprise and things like that, and people were like networking, and I was like, networking, because I was a bit shy and stuff, and it was like, it kind of felt like a bit of a chore. I was like, I don't really want to network, and they were like, networking's the best thing that you can do, sort of thing. And that was the advice that I had at the time. And it wasn't until years later that when I started networking and I was getting these contacts and I was building my contacts around the business, and I could tap into different businesses to help me provide my service, that I actually realised how good advice that was. So that would be my advice, is make sure that you're networking, whether that's face-to-face physical networking events that we used to do before COVID, but even online. I went onto She's in Business networking Zoom call, and I met a contact, and she's subsequently passed over a potential client for me. So even though we're online now, it's still working. So that's probably the best advice I've ever had.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. There's loads of Facebook groups. Get on them all. You know, join, you know, the local Chamber of Commerce. When we get out the other side, you know, you can go to those meetings, that kind of thing. Obviously, LinkedIn's a big social network that it's certainly one that I've not really tapped the surface of, and I'm keen to start knocking on the door of. Boss Girls is another one that you're involved in as well, that I'm also involved in. So, I mean, they've got a huge following. Yeah,
I know, really big,
So that's a really, really big network. So listen, Jen, thanks very much for that. In terms of if people want to get in touch, you're obviously on social media, Facebook, Instagram?
Not Instagram. I feel like I don't have as many pictures for Instagram, but Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. But LinkedIn, I've got business and personal, all under Perfect Penny Marketing, and obviously my website as well, which is just www.perfectpennymarketing.co.uk.
Brilliant. I'll put all those links in the notes. Listen, thanks again. Have a great night, and we'll speak soon.
Yeah, you too. Thanks very much.
Jen. Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks to Jen for that today. Hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time.